Hello everyone, Jamie Star here. On this episode, I'm going to cover this nonsensical article I found. And I saw a thing where John Oliver recently did a segment about different news sources showing, things like this where it's like science shows that all dogs hate us and everything like that. So as I do with some of these nonsensical articles I cover, we're going to look into other articles covered by this guy. So you can see that he's part of the reason why journalism sucks, because of what they choose to write about. So, admit the truth, unless this is Joel Golby of Vice. Admit the truth, dogs are your furry hostages who hate us all. This guy's pooping in the nicest toilets in London before his butt is sewn shut. Meet a man who survived a plane crash by eating human flesh to stay alive. Twitter is 10, so here's a timely reminder that the first tweet sucked. Looking back at the poop so toxic it grounded a plane. Is social media causing a drop in pregnancy? I mean, is there anything important being discussed here at all? Or are these like your personal interests that you are writing about that you think you deserve a check for sharing with the world a story about poop? Like, this is ridiculous. I don't know how this guy has a job at a news source, but yet other people don't. So, here's this awful article where this guy is going to try to say that dogs hate us and that he has science to back his belief. And he even shows in his own thing that he is the ultimate beta male pussy and that he is just using this, manipulating the science to back his own vagina, basically. So, hi, dogs actually hate us. They hate our touch, they hate our smell, they hate when we hold them close and coo and caress them. Exhibit A. Exhibit B. Exhibit C. Now, there is some truth to this, that when you restrict a dog's movement, they'll get a little aggravated. It's a show of dominance and everything like that. But you also have dogs that really enjoy cuddling. My dog being one. She will just lay up and fucking insert herself right into my arms like I should be spooning with her or something. There's also, like, when I read this article, the only thing I can think is, I have a rescue dog. Yes, my dog would much rather prefer being my quote-unquote hostage than being hungry and covered in fleas and ticks like she was when I first adopted her. Now she's plump and happy and won't ever, I could walk her outside without a leash and she would never leave my side. She will walk 10 feet in front of me and turn around and continually look at where I am and make sure we are within eyesight to one another. And the only thing I would ever have to worry about is another dog coming around and her wanting to fight. So, this article basically goes on saying, you are the jailer, they are the prisoner, you put collars around their necks and walk them outside on a leash, you feed them sub meat and tell them when they are allowed to shit, they are our prisoners, admit this. And this is where it doesn't make sense, because you'll read this and he'll basically be saying that we should just let them be roaming around fucking and procreating everywhere, as if there then wouldn't be a massive overpopulation of these creatures that he deems as oh so scary. So it goes on, science has admitted it this past week. Finally, the truth. Dogs largely hate us. Canine expert, professor of psychology at British Columbia, examined 250 pictures of dogs being hugged and assessed them for signs of stress. 81% of them were totally not into it. Well, yeah, if you restrict anyone's ability to move, they will have some sort of stress. I know people that don't enjoy being hugged, so this is a very specific test that he is then trying to extrapolate onto all situations. Again, rescue dogs, like, what, again, if you want to go from being underfed and having nothing to eat to having this nice bed right here and being able to lay around being a bum all day, I think you're going to prefer the nice, cozy house. Also, anytime my dog has gotten out and gotten loose, she always comes back home. So, generally, when you have a jailbreak, people don't return to their prisons. So, no. So, let me show you, though. I have known this for some time, that dogs don't like us, because a dog barked at me once, and I immediately started crying like a little baby. And I've been wary of these animals ever since. So, again, this guy is just trying to project his own prejudice and use science to back it and say that everyone should feel how he does so he doesn't feel like the little bitch that he is. But when you tell people dogs don't like you, they suddenly look at you like you're some kind of monster. Oh, they say, are you some kind of monster? Maybe I'm the only person left who still cares about dogs. This is where it gets really crazy. He's basically saying we shouldn't take care of dogs. We should just let them roam free and do whatever and let them fend for themselves, and that's caring. They want to run free and uninterrupted. They want to fuck each other in parks and sleep together in big piles. No, they don't want to be clipped to a lead and made to shit into your waiting plastic bag-clad hand. They do want biscuits to be balanced carefully on their nose. I mean, and this is the other thing. So he just wants cities filled with wild dogs and dog crap everywhere, as if he then wouldn't be petrified leaving his own house. A dog, remember, is a killing animal. All dogs are filled with odd nervous energy that puts me on edge. They are made of muscles. Dogs, tiny little knots of ripped muscles hidden between soft, downy fur. They are filled with violent potential. Every single dog alive is capable of jumping vertically in the air and biting me on the penis and or nuts. They are constantly primed to do this. Does this not freak anyone else out? Dogs are exceptional dick-biting machines. A dog could jump and bite my dick off without its little dog heart even raising one beat. And yes, we dress them in little outfits on Halloween and hug them and pretend not to mind their smell. I mean, this is this own guy's prejudice, and he's just being paid to air it out and write it. Definitely ridiculous. And this is why journalism sucks. You want to know why journalism is fucking going broke? Example A, jury, Exhibit A, because you give people like this douchebag jobs. So, I just wanted to cover this real quickly, because it personally fucking bothers me that it even exists, and it's not on an independent site. Like, this guy just doesn't have his own blog, but it's actually on Vice, which at one point was a really awesome site, and now it's just filled with nonsense. So, voila.